Hey guys, what is up? It's been a while, so I'm excited to kind of try some different types of videos and content, and I think I'm gonna do my first official vlog today. So I've got a couple like things to clean up. I've got a quilt to work on a little bit, and some stuff to organize and pull together. So you'll see here in a second. I've got a few open UFOs, as they call them. So, looking forward to just trying to get organized, get some stuff put together, and kind of clean up this space. A couple months ago for my birthday, my boyfriend kind of helped me get a couple things for this new space. So my sewing area and all of my quilting stuff used to kind of just be in my home office, and it was a little crammed, a little distracting. So I had this, my apartment's this really awkward shape. It's basically like an H or a capital I. And so I've got this weird little alcove here at the end of my living room that it was just kind of like floating in space. I didn't really have anything of consequence over here. You know, I have my bookshelves, and that was kind of it. And I didn't spend a lot of time out here. So we moved a desk out here that's like just solely dedicated to quilting and sewing. And as you might be able to see down here, it's kind of become like a catch-all for random quilting projects as I just kind of jump through those. So I'm looking forward to trying to just like, I don't know, put some things away, move some stuff around. There's things that don't belong over here, and just kind of try to organize the space a little bit better. So because I want it to be nice to look at. It's in my main living space, and I also just want it to be functional. And the messier that all of this gets, the more messy that I operate as a human being, and also just the harder it is to kind of find things and keep track of stuff, especially when I'm getting material in and out for a bunch of projects. So just come along with me and don't judge me too hard, okay? And if you guys have any suggestions for like good organization tips, I'd love to hear them in the comments below. So let's go. Okay, so just to kind of tell on myself and also show you the whole space, yeah, here we go. here's the things that I don't want other people to see. Okay, so this is kind of my end space. As you can see, it's kind of an awkward little like back nook, but I feel like that's what makes these things kind of have the most potential. So I want this to be a cozy place that is productive for my hobbies, for my creative work. So yeah, we're gonna kind of clean all of this up. So down here I've got, you know, some books. Most of this is quilting related. I think there's like some school books in this like little gray tote down here, but yeah, so I mean, I've got unfinished projects, I've got books, I've got like my little watercolor and art cart over here, and then over here I've got, as you can see, an old machine taken apart. So my grandmother passed away last year, and my aunt recently brought over this old serger that she had, this old Singer U12 serger. And so it actually just so happened that I was trying to sew myself a skirt, and my actual sewing machine just is not having it, and I haven't quite figured out how to go about fixing that. But I got all excited about this serger, and as you can see, it's all taken apart because it was pretty seized up. And so I think that we determined that the motor is unfortunately bad on this, so I've done a little bit of research. So far, not a lot of luck on a replacement. It might end up being a decorative piece, but all of the parts are moving and good, thanks to my mechanically savvy boyfriend. Helped me take this apart and kind of fix some seized up areas, but now of course it's all out of time and things like that. So essentially putting it together and setting it to the side today, and hopefully I'll be able to find some pieces to fix it, or either way, this has given me the bug to also research and find my own serger. So just add that to my wish list, I guess. And then, you know, here I've got several like in progress projects. Here's the skirt that I apparently can't sew, and some other things. So I've got several things to put away and put together and kind of organize. So I needed machine oil bad. Let's just say I've been using my regular sewing machine for over a year and a half now, and I have not had it routinely cleaned or anything. Something in my soul does not want me to send my sewing machine away for 2 weeks to get fixed. Or, well, not fixed, it's not broken, but to be like kind of taken apart and cleaned and taken care of. So I'm gonna figure out how to do it myself. And so I bought some specific sewing machine oil for this. This is a quilt I'm working on for my friend. I guess I will show you guys. Whoops, I forgot, it's still in pieces. But here's a row of it. So I just dropped 2 other rows for it on the ground. So unfinished tags for my quilts. So I made a whole bunch of these the other day, so that I would not have to keep changing my entire machine just to embroider one tag every time I need it. So will hopefully make a difference. Also, by the way, like these pocket protectors, or well, I don't even really know exactly what you call them, but these little like folders for binders. My aunt got me some of these for Christmas, and they have been wonderful for just organizing some cut scraps, like obviously small amounts. This one's a little beat up because I was shoving it fuller with material than I probably should have. So this one's a little beat up, but these are so good. And then you can just put them into a binder. They fit different kinds of binders, and so you can keep them that way. That's what my aunt does. She just kind of like sticks them in, and she's got like a whole book of projects. So I have really enjoyed using these, and they have come in handy over and over again. So I highly recommend folders like these. Little basket for my cat. She likes to sit on like my desk and table where I'm working. So she's got her own little leaf bed in on my office desk, and then I bought her this basket because she basically loves to sit in and on anything that's like brown and uncomfortable. So she loves this basket. Just gonna set that to the side here. I need to clean off some other stuff before I can actually put that where it belongs. This is another quilt that I've been working on. This is the reason why I needed to make more tags, because I basically had this quilt done and was finishing up the binding. Still got one side left to do, but it needed a tag. So there's that, for if you can see that or not. So something that I am excited about are, I got what are several very cute books from a friend of mine at the quilting group that I go to once a week. And I mean, she just straight up brought me the entire series, and they're these adorable little like quilting cozy quick read books that are just, they're murder mysteries and they're about quilting. And they're really sweet, fun little easy reads. So I'm working through the first one. Called Tie-Dyed. Kind of failed tag pieces. They don't quite have enough room on them. So like, because basically I want to be able to fold them over and sew them into the binding, but I don't want it to be crammed, you know. I don't want it to be right up against the edge on both sides. I don't think that looks very good. So these are kind of the, oh, actually this one's okay. This one's fine. These two are okay. So if you see these little pieces in here, these are what they call loopers for the sergers. And I am filming this on my phone. I have a picture of what this is supposed to look like in here, so I'm gonna have to not film that part and just reinstall these using my handy dandy picture. So you won't get to see that part, but you'll see the finished product. There she is. It sounds terrible. This thing hasn't been greased in probably 20 years, so I actually might be older than the last time this worked. But that's all the loopers together, and this was seized up before, so my boyfriend helped me at least fix that, but the poor motor is just shot, so we'll see if we can find a replacement. It's honestly really a bummer that we opened up this serger here and the motor's just not, I mean, we've independently tested it and separated it from everything, and it's just beat up. So you know, thanks Grandma. I think she was the last person to use this, and she was definitely the kind of person like, if it just doesn't work, it just needs a little like oomph, like we're just gonna ring. So the likelihood that that she just pedaled to the metal and tried to get it to power through, and ultimately I think kind of chewed up the motor is super likely. So yeah, we'll see. I would love to be able to fix this, but at the end of the day too, if it's going to cost the same amount to get a new serger that for sure works, that I don't already have, so that I can kind of work on my projects and just kind of get the hang of using stuff, then I can just put this on the back burner really, and save the repairs and the money on that for later, because it's not, you know, economically efficient obviously, but it's my grandmother's, and I would love to be able to fix up and say that I use her old machine. So we'll see what comes out of that, and I will keep you guys updated. So don't iron on top of your cutting mats. For anybody who didn't know, it warps them very much, and it does not matter what you do to fix it. This is how it is for the rest of forever. It's too warped to cut on. So I'm saving it because you never know. One of the ladies that I quilt with told me that they make good like bottoms for totes, so I guess if I ever wanted to make a tote that has like a sturdier bottom, I could just cut it up. So I'm gonna save it, I'm not gonna throw it away, but don't get it hot. Yeah, don't heat that up. It will make you sad. Funny story about these cable ties, these stretchy silicone. Don't leave them lying around for your cats, because apparently my cat likes to eat silicone. I was very upset at one point in time to find out that she threw up half of one. She was not okay for a hot second. She's hiding behind the camera. But yeah, she was very weird for like a couple days, and it was definitely because she ate an entire one, which was my worst nightmare, because when she threw up half, that meant there was probably still half in her little body. So thankfully she got rid of both of them, but the more that you know. So my cat was not to be trusted around plastic, and I recently got a walking pad for underneath my desk, and the remote control for it also happens to have a similar material silicone strap on it that she promptly bit into and broke and ruined. So that also doesn't have a strap anymore. So Freya does not get access to things like that anymore. Scrap box is full, so might need to do something with all of these at some point in time. These are just some fun patterns that have kind of been given to me by the ladies that I quilt with. I imagine that I ended up with them because they're doing exactly what I'm trying to do, which is make room and put things away. But oh, I'm actually really excited about this one. I think at one point in time this was a kit, but look at this beautiful quilt that it makes. So I'm really looking forward to doing this at some point. I thought this was so beautiful. You know, obviously because it was a kit, you know, it doesn't have the original fabric, but I love picking my own colors. I was an art major in school. Color theory is definitely my thing, so that's not really super intimidating for me. So Okay, so this is actually the quilt that I was working on. So we recently did a quilt retreat with some, I guess, quilting club that I go with, and so I messed up my rolls. I'm in the process of quilting it, but I've got it marked where I need to still do it, but it's all pinned together, and we did a Christmas in July theme. That's what I think I'm going to work on today. Fabric. So this is called stitching in the ditch. Right now that's mainly how I quilt things. I don't have a long arm that lets me do fancy patterns or anything, and I am definitely not skilled enough with the free motion foot to really do that by hand. So, but this way the stitches are pretty hidden, and it still turns out very nice, so it works. Careful about when you're quilting is all of the little pins that you have stuck in your quilt. So I'm going to take out these middle ones. That is about everything that I wanted to do today though, so thank you guys so much for hanging in there with me and for organizing and cleaning with me, and you know, I'll be really excited to show off the finished product of this when it's done. And to have a quilt that is holiday themed finished ahead of the season, ahead of the holiday, that it goes with, because my pattern thus far has been, you know, like a couple weeks before the holiday comes, I'm like, I wish I had a quilt that matched it. And then I start to work on something and the holiday is long past before it ever gets done. So this was proactive. Only have a little bit left to do on it now, and I can't wait to show off the finished product. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me and hanging in there for my first vlog, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a good week.